Sir Anthony Hopkins hasn't spoken to his only daughter for almost 20 years and recently said he doesn't know or care if he's a grandfather. Abigail Hopkins was born in 1968 to Anthony's first wife, Petronella Barker, but they've been estranged for most of her life. They've had estranged most of their lives, but briefly reconciled in 1993 when she landed roles in two of his movies, Shadowlands and The Remains of the Day. But now, they've barely spoken for 2 decades. Sir Anthony hasn't spoken to his daughter for 20 years. Image, Rex, Shuttershock. Abigail is his only child. Image, Wire. Image, they're so bitterly estranged that the Hannibal star said in a recent interview that he doesn't know or care if he's a grandfather. The 80-year-old was asked during a chat with the Radio Times if his 48-year-old daughter had any children. He replied, "I don't have any idea. People break up. Families split and, you know, get on with your life. People make choices. I don't care one way or the other." When told that sounds cold, he replied, "Well, it is cold. Because life is cold." It's like John Osborne's response when someone said to him, "Mr. Osborne, your play is offensive," and he said, "Life is offensive." He also said, "You don't have to like your family. Children don't like their fathers. You don't have to love each other, but what caused their strained relationship? It seems that it was a mixture of the actor's alcoholism, the physical distance between them after he moved to America, and the way he treated Abigail's mother that led to them not speaking." Friends of Abigail, who lives in London, say she'll be upset by her father's heartless comments, and that her lack of a relationship with her father has had a big impact on her life. Abigail is the daughter of Anthony's first wife, Petronella Barker. Image, Rex, Shuttershock. A pal told the Daily Mail that Abigail struggles to move on from her father as she sees him everywhere she looks, on film posters, TV and even the side of buses, despite the fact that he lives thousands of miles away in Los Angeles. Annie's relationship with actress Petronella had already begun to fray, and the baby changed nothing. And after finding success on the stage, he began spending a lot of time away from home, and admits he turned to drink to cope with his mounting workload. Anthony reportedly ending up drinking a bottle of tequila a day, but once said that he was never falling down in the gutter drunk, but rather that he'd become boring, aggressive and stupid. In 1973, Anthony left his wife and 14-month-old daughter for Jenny Linton, a Pinewood Studios secretary who he met when she was sent to pick up him up at the airport when he got so drunk he missed his flight. Abigail said in 2005 that she didn't have many memories of her father from growing up. She said, "I would see him, but maybe once a year. There is a little bit of sadness, but I have to get on with my life. It has always been like that. See him, and then not." Anthony and Jenny moved to America, where his drinking got progressively worse. He gave up alcohol for good in 1975. He recently said he doesn't know if he's a grandfather. Image, Getty Images. The comments will hurt Abigail, according to her friends. Image, PA, but a friend of Abigail says she never forgave him for the way he treated her mother. They said she never forgave him for the way he treated her mother. She blamed him for his lack of love and kindness and she never got over that. She felt that he had abandoned them while he went off to Hollywood to make a name for himself. Even when he was in contact, he was never really there. He always wanted to be somebody else, to be on stage. He didn't like reality. Unfortunately, that meant he didn't really like being a husband or a father either. Abigail had a huge row with her father in 1985 when she was 16. It's said they argued about the way he had treated her mother. He's most famous for his role of Hannibal Lecter. Image, Reuters. She had a breakdown 2 years later and said it was caused by the relationship with her dad. She once said, "I bottled up so much emotion in my childhood, it caused my mind to go. I came very close to killing myself. It was the worst time I can remember. I totally abused my mind and body. The root cause was the fact that my father and I had an intermittent relationship when I was young. I was angry and there was a lot of grieving going on." She later said, in 2005, that she hadn't actually tried to kill herself. Abigail got in touch with her dad in 1990, after adopting the surname Harrison to professionally distance herself from him. She appeared in 2 movies alongside him, but they soon began arguing again and in 2001, they completely ceased communication.